Welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm the host of the show, Mark, and you're watching Whiskey Review number 194. The first on the show here. Possibly the last. You never know. Really excited to try this one. Well, it's time to reveal what we're going to be reviewing today. We being me. That's Mark. And well, what is it? This one is another gem from Val Bradshaw in Canada. Again, thank you very much, Ms Bradshaw. And this one is the Old Malt Cask by Douglas Laing, known as Port Ellen. Yes, Port Ellen, 27-year-old, from a refill hogshead. One of 225 bottles. And from my research, that would mean that this is likely 1983 February to 2010 September. One of 225 bottles. And the Old Malt Cask from Douglas Laing, no chill filtration, no coloring, and no nonsense. So, speaking of no nonsense, have you followed No Nonsense Whiskey? All right. So we are going to check out the nose on this whiskey, on this Scotch whiskey, this single malt Scotch whiskey, this Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. We will, this defunct, dead distillery. Is it dead? I think it's dead. If it's not dead, it's just basically dismantled anyway. All right, so we'll check out the nose. We will check out the taste, the palate. Then we'll check out the finish. And finally, we will give it a WhiskyWhistle whiskey score. And, well, I'll compare it to a baseline new version of Islay single malt from Kulila. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there for now just because this is my last my last 3 reviews for Islay. All right, anyway, so let's get on to the nose. Oh, first of all, let's talk about the color. This is pretty much straight up standard gold. The gold that is common throughout Europe and North America. It's not quite Indian gold. Okay. So just a nice golden hue. What do the legs tell us? I don't talk about that very much. Well, we can see how sticky it is. So it leaves a big mess on the glass, doesn't it? Can you see those beads there? Let's get on to the nosing here. All right, here we go. Now, 1983. Can I call this the silver age of distilling? I think I can. So, this is also from the, let's say, the nadir of the Scotch whisky industry. Probably there were people working far too long and far too hard back then, and likely companies were either trying to use a good cask as many times as they possibly could, or there might have been a few unsavory casks that got used just because of budget constraints. Anyway, very distinctly not modern Scotch whisky nose here. And being an Islay, it's really interesting because the peat is not all over your face. This reminds me a lot of Glenfiddich Pure Malt. The old version of Glenfiddich before the 8-year-old age statement came out. And I say that because I have a bottle over there. Still into the old book aspect of smells here. Very old musty books. And no leather found here. There is dried grapefruit and orange skins, mandarin orange skins, but they're dried. There is a very bright type of peat smoke here. It's very different. Oh boy. So different. There's a hint of vanilla in there, but it's really masked by that old bookiness to this. And it's making my eyes water as I bring it so close to my... Should I put it in my eyes here? Alright. Time to check out the palate. Okay. Cheers everyone, and thanks again to Ms Bradshaw. Wow. Oh. Now that is a good whiskey. That is Scotch, baby. Lots of tropical fruits here. There is guava and papaya, some papaya. The sweet kind of mango. I forget what they're called. But almost more of like a mango ice cream than just a mango. This is just incredible. The peat here is very subtle. Now, peat does seem to, the peat influence seems to change. So there's a change that occurs after 10, 12 years. So you're not really getting that peaty smokiness. It's becoming this tropical fruity sort of a pipe tobacco infused kind of a, I don't know, vanilla bean pudding type of a flavor. Now, having had Lafroig 15-year-old and seeing what those 5 years do to the overall flavors there. Doesn't matter this is a different distillery, but I can see that there is a common element here when you get, over the 12-year-old mark, when you're up to 15, 18 and older, you're getting a lot of this tropical fruity, sort of a very, very indescribable kind of a flavor. Sweet, and yet that little hint of smoke there. But again, it's more of like the wood smoke now than the peat. And a liniment type of a smell here. Like massage oils. Maybe a walnut oil. Did I add? I didn't add water. Okay, I'll try a little bit of water with this now. Just a drop. See what happens here. Don't have much to play with, but just enough to let you know what I think. Now that would be a real... Now, isn't that interesting? Well, this is what I'm smelling. I'm smelling day-old hockey equipment, used day-old sweaty hockey equipment bag that's been closed and left in the shelf, left in the closet for a day or two. So a little bit of a sourness, a little bit of a, well, kind of a stinkiness to it, but it would be like, you know, not the stinkiest guy on the hockey team, but the one who doesn't have that really kind of a nasty BO. So his or her hockey equipment just has a kind of a general salty, kind of a musty sort of smell to it, you know? Interesting. And I'm enjoying it. Send me your used shoulder pads. Not the chalk straps. Oh my. Do not, don't even think of it. Okay. Am I red in the face now? A little bit more fruitiness now, a little bit toned down in the book, the old library bookshelf, old volume sort of a smell. All right, cheers all. With water, that tropical fruitiness tones down a bit, but I'm now getting some nice walnut, a little bit of walnut, some Brazil nut type of a flavor. Yeah, walnut, Brazil nut. No macadamia, no cashews, no almonds. Let's try that one more time. The last time, and just a hint of cinnamon that balances that nuttiness out now. Tropical fruits give way to tropical nuts. Isn't that interesting? Boy, oh boy. Well, that was really fun. Really lovely. And one of the older single malt Scotch whiskies that I have tried in my life. I think I've had a 30-year-old Brora. But other than that, 25-year-old Little Mill and this 27-year-old Port Ellen. So really fun. I'm really glad I have a little bit left there. Not much, just a little bit left for a little drop another time. Well, that's been great. Now, the WhiskyWhistle Whiskey score, what's that going to be? Why don't you stay tuned and find out after these short, very short words from the YouTube sponsors. All right, stay tuned. Welcome back. That wasn't so painful, was it? All right, on to the WhiskyWhistle Whiskey score for Old Malt Cask Port Ellen, 27-year-old. And again, that was 1983, February to 2010. In September, 27 years old. Old Malt Cask Port Ellen Distillery. Old Malt Cask Port Ellen Distillery, 27-year-old. Refill hogshead. That is going to be 93 out of 100. Oh, yes, that's right. 93 out of 100. That's the WhiskyWhistle Whiskey score for the Port Ellen 27-year-old. Thank you, Ms Bradshaw. Oh wow, thank you so much. Incredible. And I've got a lot more from her. In fact, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more single malt, not just all single malt, 7 more whiskeys from the whiskey vaults at the Val Bradshaw Estates. So stay tuned. I don't think I'm going to show them all in a row here. I'm going to put those one by one in between other reviews just to keep things interesting. And hopefully you'll enjoy all of those. Among them are a Tennessee whiskey, some blended Scotch whiskies, some Canadian whiskey, aka rye, and some more single malt Scotch whiskies. So stay tuned for those. That's been it for me. This has been it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe right over here. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. Get involved. Leave me your comments, please. And don't forget to add yourself to the WhiskyWhistle Facebook. Like it and follow at WhiskyWhistle. Also Twitter and also Instagram, okay? Take care, everyone. We'll see you for the next review, which will be coming soon. Okay, goodbye. Seven more samples from the whiskey vaults at the Val Brad. Okay, can I not say her name? Val Bradshaw Estates. Okay.